everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. It has been a while since I filmed any video. It was like a couple days for sure. Probably more like 2.5 weeks at this point since I filmed any videos. So I figured we would sit down today and do a little bit of catching up because we have some exciting things to talk about. Some less exciting, but potentially interesting. So I thought I would get on here looking very, I'm naked mole rat today, barefaced, so we could get ready together. I've actually just gotten back from the beach. You probably can't tell because I'm still ghostly white, but I do like my freckles. You also probably can't tell that neither because my camera's not like that fantastic. My freckles are a bit more prominent. Lack of tan, that's for sure, but the freckles, evidence that I've been to the beach. We went with my family, my husband's family. It was really lovely, lots of relaxing. We basically just rented beach chairs and umbrellas and just laid by the ocean, which was incredibly relaxing. I feel so silly with my hairpin back. You can just see my forehead so good. What I would really love to do is like the 2000s like Snooki poof, but on like a smaller scale. I haven't really done my skincare yet with the exception of the oxalic acid that I put like right here where I think the KP is spreading from my arms like up onto my face. It really does help. I'm gonna slap on some moisturizer real fast. Look at that. I'm so close to being done. This 100-hour moisture surge from Clinique, like just bits left. I really like this though. It is a very nice moisturizer. Clinique actually sent me this. This is not like sponsored or anything. It just like appeared at my PO box one day. They sent me this and I was like, oh, I really like this. I went to go buy more of it. It's like 80 bucks. It's a little bit on the pricey side. So people had suggested like waiting until there's a sale or something to get more of it. But in the meantime, I wanted to try out maybe some dupes. So people were saying this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream was very similar. And it's pretty nice as well. I feel like this one does a little bit more moisturizing for me, but you know, the Neutrogena one also is not $80. Okay, so I guess we should just go ahead and start out with the exciting news, which is we're moving. Not like me and my husband and the dogs, the boys, but you and me. We're moving. I think I'm gonna have to go get like a headband. Hold on. Oh dear. Am I locked out or am I just so slippery I can't open the door? Oh my goodness. Help. Okay, so I had mentioned in another Get Ready With Me video, life update video a little while back that, oh my gosh, I can't get the clip out of my hair. One of these days I would love to be able to like move my filming setup into the one of the little apartments that's above the store that I own, because I just think it would be really nice to be able to be there at the store and like once I'm done filming or editing for the day I could go down and like help out at the store and like hang out with my family and stuff and my husband. I think that would be just really nice, and it would be really nice to get everything out of the house. There's so many boxes in this house. It's insane. They're everywhere. I mean, like they're just always like lurking behind me and in front of me and to the sides. So that'd be pretty nice to get everything out of the house and kind of have like my workspace and my home space, because the workspace definitely flows over into the home space a lot. Listen, my forehead's just, it's there, it's square, it's in your face, it's large and in charge, so there's not much I can do about that. But anyway, I was able to come across a little apartment in our downtown area that's close enough to the store that I think that I'm gonna be able to like walk there and stuff. And I went ahead and I rented it, and we're gonna be moving the whole filming setup here over to that apartment. So that should be where all like, what's that thing that we do on the channel for like 7 months out of the year? Advent season. Advent season should be taking place there. And depending on how things go, if I really like the setup and stuff, we might just stay there for a while. I do have like a full year lease, so we'll be there for at least 1 year. But I'm excited about it. I think it'll be interesting to see what the difference will be like filming like in my own home versus in the world. I think it'll be really interesting. I think it'll be good for me to maybe exit my house every now and then for other reasons besides like a doctor's trip or the beach once every couple of years. Also, I finally decided to break down and give our good old chap Augustinus Butter, the Rich Cream, an actual try. I've been receiving this cream for like forever in advent calendars, subscription boxes, that kind of thing, but I've never actually used it because I feel like it's ridiculously priced. So if I fall in love with it, well, I probably will still be able to get it in advent calendars and stuff, but like I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not paying $100 for a face cream. So I've never actually used it because it was just too ridiculously expensive. I will say the Rich Cream feels rich and creamy. Like it feels like a nice facial moisturizer. I don't think I've seen any stunning results or anything just yet. My nose is burning a little bit. Yeah, it's a pretty good moisturizer. So the new apartment, I'll show you guys a little clip of it in here. It's nothing crazy. It's a very small little apartment, nothing fancy, you know, not a big kitchen, anything like that, but I think it's enough space for me to have like a filming setup and then an office edit setup, and that's all I need. The little clip that I showed you guys is like before my mom and I went in and deep cleaned it, like deep cleaned it, and my dad, he did like painting and stuff, and he's always fantastic. He's been wonderful, and he's taken like a bunch of the advent calendars and stuff over there already. I ordered a couple of desks. Oh dear. I ordered some desks, one for filming because the table that I'm sitting at right now is actually like a dining room table with foldable leaves on the side. So it's a bit large for the room that I'm gonna be putting my filming stuff into. So I got like a thinner desk for that, and then the table that I edit at is also a dining room table. So it also was a bit large. Both of those were from my grandma, my grandma's house where I used to live. I'm using this Cicapair stuff from Dr. Jart, like the green redness correcting stuff. I really like it, and I think it works really well. I also like there's SPF in it. I've technically had this apartment since last month, like kind of the beginning-ish of last month, but unfortunately I've been not doing so great. So I really haven't been able to like get in there and set everything up and like decorate that kind of thing yet. So it's just been kind of hanging out. We're getting it like prepped since last month. And I'll definitely get into like the health updates here in a minute because I do have some new like medical tests and things coming up. My nose is burning a lot. What have I done to my skin? Did I do something weird today? I just wanted to warn you guys that the background's gonna be a little bit different. It might be a little sparse for just a minute until we figure out exactly how we want to set up the background. I'm trying to decide because we're gonna be basically going straight into advent calendar season by the time I get over there. I think we decided for the channel that we're gonna be doing like November advent calendars are gonna be food based. So we'll still be doing some fall videos and stuff throughout that and some like regular subscription boxes and things, because I don't think well, there probably are a lot of food advent calendars, but I don't have that many so far. Maybe there's more I can find. If you guys know of any that you'd like to see me try, let me know down below in the comments. So November is gonna be like the food eating time because of Thanksgiving. And then we're gonna move into like the other beauty, stationery, journaling, potentially home decor, that kind of stuff. Those calendars in December. And hopefully the goal is, as the goal always is, I'm gonna be able to have one calendar per day in December. And then maybe if we still wanna do like an after advent season, maybe then I can like go on the hunt for some discount advent calendars, you know, that didn't get sold during the Christmas season. And maybe that's what we can do for after advent season, is like see what we can get on sale. Cause I love me a good sale. You know, I actually can't remember what I was even like initially talking about that led to where I am right now at this moment. Was I gonna talk about decor? Maybe it was decor. Okay, yeah, the background. We're getting somewhere, I think. The new filming setup will basically be jumping right into advent calendar season. But I am actually hoping to get like my filming setup and my computer and stuff in there tomorrow, if at all possible. So there will still be some fall Halloween type videos. So the conundrum is I'm trying to figure out what to do for the background. And I know a lot of you guys, you're so sweet and you're just so like caring and kind and just considerate, and you're like, don't worry about the background. I don't care about the background. Don't worry about it. But I would like it to be nice looking for you guys and not just like a flat plain blank wall. However, because we're just moving in between seasons, I don't know if I should do any type of fall-ish decorations. I mean, I know right now we have stunning fall decorations, aka the white flocked Christmas tree that I got from last year, that the lights have died in it because it's been plugged in for a full year, that I put flowers into for spring to make it a springtime decoration, and I took those flowers, painted them orange to make them a fall decoration. That's what I mean by stunning fall decorations. don't know if we should even attempt to do anything fall in the background, or should I just do some like kind of pretty just background decoration, or should I just leave it plain for a few videos and then just go straight into Christmas? What do you guys think? Because I would kind of like to take you guys along with me as I do like decorate the background and stuff. Maybe go shopping together for some pieces. Maybe we could do some like thrifting to find some cool stuff for the background. Why every time I touch my throat, like I feel like I'm not applying that much pressure, but I'm like, you okay, buddy? My nose looks kind of swollen too. It's a little bit red, a little bit swollen. Oh, my face is being weird. Oh no. That's actually, yeah, that's pretty swollen and pretty red. Oh no. Curious. Anywho, so yeah, I just want to know all of your all's thoughts about that, what you all think I should do for the background there, because we're trying to determine what I should do for the background here, and obviously none of that ever happened. But now I have like a clean slate, because this is not a clean slate. It's a disaster. Like, well, you can't really. It's a disaster back here. The whole room's a disaster actually. So I'm quite excited to get a clean slate and just be able to move the essentials over there. Get a whole bunch of stuff out of the house will be lovely, and then I can actually like put together the craft room that I've been wanting to do since we moved in here, and then I can reclaim my dining room because it's currently the craft room, and hopefully I can do all that in time to have a little Thanksgiving dinner at my house. I gotta wipe off some of this just a little bit. There's just a lot of concealer coming out of this. Like a lot around the twisty part. What was I saying? So it's all like one big domino effect. Once the stuff goes over to the apartment, I can move like boxes out of the filming room, and I can move like the paper from my dining room up to the craft room, and then we can finally, hopefully, get our house all set up. That's what I'm hoping for. I would love to give you guys a house tour, but right now I'm just look a tiny bit embarrassed about the messiness. It's like we never fully moved in, and we're just kind of like in this half space because there was a ton of stuff we wanted to do with the house, which we'll get to eventually, I'm sure, but we just kind of left everything in like I said, a half state. My husband's bedside table for like a year was, you know, the P. Louise Advent calendar box because we didn't have bedside tables. We do now. I stole them from other places around the house. It's not like we got matching, you know, real bedside tables. They're just random furniture around the house. So yeah, that's the exciting news. We're gonna be moving, a change of pace, change of scenery, kind of, and just a new area and environment, and I think that'll be good. I think that'll be very good for my mental state, my mental health for sure, because with me working from home and not being able to drive, I'm just here. Like I'm just here. Like I'm here all the time. It's just like me and well, you guys and Tater sometimes he's not here, sometimes he's with his grandma, and then Rin and Jeremy are, you know, at the shops and stuff, so I'm just here all day. And it would be wonderful to be able to be down at like the office, and then when I'm done for the day, me and Tater just take a little walk and we go to our shops. I think that'll be a really good change of pace for me. Oh my goodness, I didn't get that green stuff on everything. Oh no. So speaking of health related things, I mentioned that I wasn't doing too great recently, and that's true. I feel like it's not so much as potentially body related things. I almost feel like I'm feeling a little bit better or doing a little bit better pain wise and joint wise, that kind of stuff. I say that, but the joints still ache, and I definitely still have my crunchy knee, and like, you know, my wrist feels like it isn't fully connected to itself. So like weird things, but I feel like body symptoms of my stuff that I have going on are doing a little bit better. The flushing is down, the weird like swelling and stuff I was getting in my hands, that's really stopped, honestly. I haven't seen that in a while. My hands seem like a normal-ish color, which is good. But I think it's more internal symptoms now that are really getting to me and making things super hard. Number one is the fatigue. It is insurmountable, the amount of tiredness I feel, and it's not just a regular like, oh, you know, darn, I probably should have slept longer last night or something. It's not your regular like, ooh, feeling sleepy. It feels like I'm being drugged down to the center of the earth by like all of the earth's gravity. The heaviness, the heaviness in like my brow, my shoulders, my arms, my legs. It's an insane amount of fatigue, and it's all the time. So I'll wake up very tired, very sluggish, and then it just kind of stays there. Honestly, it gets a little bit better in the evening for some reason. I don't know why that is, but the fatigue has been crushing. It's really difficult to do anything during the day, want to do anything during the day. Some of my favorite things to do, like, you know, crafts, the Millstone Festival, stuff like that. I was trying, like, fighting so hard to, like, make pumpkins and stuff. Like, dozing off practically in the middle of making pumpkins. Couldn't keep my eyes open because I was just so fatigued. So the fatigue has been just really, really getting to me no matter how long I sleep, how many times a day I sleep, because oh my goodness, I could sleep constantly. I could take 15 different naps throughout the day and still just never feel rested. And that has just made it really difficult to accomplish anything, unfortunately. Video stuff, store stuff around the house, like I feel like I physically can't do it. And then the other thing that's been really getting to me is just cognitive things. I've joked on here for a long time about not being able to remember anything and having memory of like a newborn goldfish, all that kind of stuff. That's, yeah, I'm like joking, but like that's real. I cannot remember anything. Song lyrics, got those locked in. But like working everyday memory is just non-existent. Every room I enter, I'm like, why am I here? Did I take my medicine? Probably didn't because I couldn't remember. Did I give Tater his medicine? We'll check a million times to make sure. Like Tater always gets his medicine. I will go days without medicine or like proper care for myself. But Tater and Ren, they're getting their medications multiple times a day. But I still have to like make sure like in my brain, I like lock it in there that I did do that thing. And I kind of have to remind myself multiple times a day, like, yes, he got his medicine. Yes, he got his medicine. I had groceries delivered today. Groceries are practically gold at this point, and they got delivered and I saw like on my app thingy, I was like, oh, groceries are here. 5 seconds later, 5 nanoseconds later, that knowledge was gone out of my head and I forgot the groceries were outside. And I finally, like 20 minutes later, was like, the groceries! Because I saw the notification again on my phone. The little things like that make it so difficult to get any work done. Hold on. I just get a little. So difficult to get any work done, to like do things properly and correctly, like responding to emails, responding to friends, remembering important stuff, like it's just not clicking in my head. I'm just getting really concerned about like the intense amount of brain fog, having difficulty stringing words together, recalling words, simple words that like I should absolutely know. I'm like, I can't even figure out what I'm trying to say. And I feel like stuff like that happens to everybody. You know, if it was just every now and then little things, I don't think it would be something I would be concerned about, but it's so constant and so severe and continuous and impacting me every single day that it has become quite a concern. So the other day I had 2 doctor's appointments back to back. I had my rheumatologist appointment and then I also had just like my primary, the one who prescribes me with my ADHD medicine. We pretty much not talked about anything else besides that ever. So he's basically like my ADHD doctor and then my rheumatologist. So I went to my primary first and I had 2 things that I wanted to talk to him about. One of them is that I can't remember anything and like I can't like function. My cognitive abilities are out the window. And the second one was that my leg keeps going numb in like a weird spot. And I thought that was something maybe I should bring up. But guess who forgot to bring up the second thing? I'm sure it'll be fine. I did talk to my rheumatologist about it though. The appointments with this doctor, I'm not kidding you, are 5 minutes long. 5 minutes. It takes so much longer to like, well, one, get there. It's like a 45-minute drive. But then like check in, sit in the waiting room, have your name called, go back, get your weight, have the really nice lady like run through all your medications, that kind of stuff, take your blood pressure. That takes like 20 times longer than the whole appointment, regardless. So when I was taken back, I was given a little like sheet to fill out, which I've never had to do before there. I guess they're just trying to like gauge how people are doing on their medications and things. And I think I probably did it like a little bit wrong, but it was basically like a very, very short ADHD quiz. And the questions were like, you know, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being never, 5 being always, you know, how often do you start a task and not finish it? That's a 5. That's a 5. How often do you put off like doing difficult or like seemingly difficult tasks? That's 5. And most of them were like that. Most of them were like always or most of the time. There was one, only one that I answered never to, which was how often do you get up out of your chair when you're supposed to be sitting down? And I took that as like, I'm in like a lecture hall, right? You're supposed to stay seated in a lecture hall. How often would I get up out of my seat like during that? Never. Or like a business meeting. Never. But I don't know if they're maybe referring to like how often are you, you know, doing work at your desk at home. You're supposed to be in your chair working and do you get up out of your seat? And that is very often. That's quite often. I'll be like editing and all of a sudden like I'm wandering into like the dining room to make paper mache. So I don't know precisely what they were going for there, but that's the only one that I answered never to because I was like, I'm not gonna get out of my chair if I'm not supposed to. Anywho, so I did that little survey quiz thing, and then when the doctor came in, I handed it to him and he looked at it and he was like, not doing so good. I was like, well, maybe not. And then I told him about the extreme fatigue and my inability to remember literally anything. And he seemed to be a little bit concerned about that, actually. So he said that he was going to keep me on my regular dose of, what am I taking? What medication is that? Fake Vyvanse. The fake Vyvanse, and we're just gonna keep it on that dose. But he referred me to like a memory analysis place. I don't know if it's at a neurologist office. I don't know. I don't know. He said things and then of course, you know, forgot them. Something to do with memory. I thought that was really interesting. I don't know precisely what it's gonna shed light on, but it would be really nice to have light shed on something because I'm like, this is just not functioning the way it used to. So I do have a follow-up appointment with him sometime. But I have already received the call from like the memory specialist person. They said that it's gonna be a fairly intensive written type test, which as a person with extreme test anxiety, that makes me nervous. Why did I do that? Why did I draw like a full other eyebrow under my already existing drawn eyebrow? Why do I also have no wipes? Like, you know, I'm sure I'm not gonna get in there and all of a sudden they're gonna hand me like a times table test and be like, remember math. I don't think that's how it's gonna go. I'm sure it's gonna be more reminiscent of the little survey thing that I took, which I've already done like an ADHD analysis thing a few years ago, and that's when I got my diagnosis. But I guess maybe this is somehow how it relates to memory. I don't know, but I'm gonna be doing that soon. When am I gonna be doing that? Oh, what a fun day. Okay, October 20th. So I have my memory testing at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a good time for me to be very awake and sharp. And then I have my infusion at 11. So that'll be a real fun day. But also, I stepped on a bubble wrap. After that visit, I went to my rheumatologist's office and we went over my blood work from the last time, which the lab work is actually looking pretty good. So that's why they're keeping me on Benlysta, because fortunately things are looking pretty good with my like blood work. They do like a urine sample every time I go, and every time I've gone, it's been I'm not gonna say wrong, but like it's been abnormal. I think that's the word they use. It's been abnormal every single time. And it was also abnormal this last time as well. So I'm a little bit concerned about that because I know one of the biggest like fears with lupus stuff is organ involvement, like kidneys and things like that. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I haven't like heard from my rheumatologist, so I don't think it's anything severe or like super scary that we need to deal with like right now. But I'm just wondering why every single time like my urine sample comes back abnormal. But I did also speak with her about my extreme chronic fatigue and like, you know, cognition issues, brain fog, that kind of thing. And what she has suggested and what she's referred me to is a sleep study. So I'm also going to be doing a sleep study. I guess she didn't say why. I'm assuming it's for sleep apnea. Like she didn't say like, oh, we'll see if you have X, Y, or Z. But I feel like one of the more common reasons to do sleep studies is for sleep apnea. So like I could be thinking I'm getting a bunch of rest, but I'm actually not fully sleeping throughout the night, and that could be contributing to my extreme daytime fatigue, my brain fog, all that kind of stuff. Which if that could be the answer, like I don't want it to be sleep apnea because there's a nap. Did I just put this in my eyebrows? This is not eyebrow gel. That's okay. It's like pasty eyeliner. It basically the same thing. That's fine. But I don't want it to be sleep apnea because if the fix is just like the CPAP machine, I don't know if I can sleep with it on my face. I don't know if I can do it. But I mean, like if that is the case and it improves my sleep so much and I'm not exhausted all the time and I can like, my brain can function, I'll put the machine on my face. I'll do it. Or if there's like a surgery or something, like I could like take something out, we'll do it because it's been nearly debilitating. So if that is the answer, I'll take it. But I would love it to not be that. But then if it's not that, we're back to like square one. So if it has to be anything, I guess sleep apnea, at least there's potential ways to help the symptoms and stuff. So we'll see. But that referral, I also already have a not a prescription, referral appointment for the sleep study. It's not until February. They said that they're like really booked out and they're like, yeah, earliest we can do is February. So that'll be a while before we have any results on that. I don't think I have a singular eyeshadow palette in here. I was gonna try to do like a little bit more like exciting makeup than I usually do, but I do not have an eyeshadow palette and I don't particularly fancy going to find one. It might just have to be some little bit bronzer. As always. See, I talk through these things and like I feel like I have to use my hands and like talk to you guys and just like that, and then I don't end up finishing makeup. I feel like that wasn't a ton of very exciting updates or anything, with the exception of like the moving and a new filming space and that kind of stuff. I think that's pretty exciting. I'm very hopeful about that and how it'll change things for me, but the rest of it, not super exciting, just, you know, more medical stuff. I should probably use some new brushes. I almost said buy some new brushes, but there has to be brushes in this house somewhere. There have to be. Because I have still been using this broken powder brush and then this little angled brush, but like if you pull on the little hairs here, they pop out. Like not individually, like the whole thing. So maybe it's time. I guess the only other like interesting potential little update I have is that my husband and I's third year marriage anniversary is coming up in November, which crazy that it's been 3 years already. But to celebrate, we're actually doing something at the end of the month. We're gonna go to Nashville. I've never been to Nashville before, and we're gonna go see Mumford & Sons. I'm so excited about that. It's interesting seeing like My Chemical Romance and Mumford & Sons in the same year, not only because they're incredibly different musically, but because like it feels like 2010 all over again. But I'm super excited for Mumford & Sons. I brought it up to my husband. I think he was like, yeah, sure, you know, Nashville's not that far away and like the tickets are very inexpensive. She's like, yeah, why not? But I don't think he knows or knew at that time that like I know every word, just the Say No More album. I love Mumford & Sons. This will be my third or fourth time seeing them in concert. Granted, the first couple ones were like back in the day, but I'm so excited that they are, you know, getting popular and stuff again, because I think they're very talented. I think their music's really fun, so we're gonna be doing that. Because it's our anniversary, I was trying to find us maybe like a little bit of like a fancy place to stay. I found this like very fancy looking bed and breakfast. It's not super close to downtown Nashville, but you know, I don't think we're gonna be like out at the Coyote Ugly or nothing. It's celebrating our anniversary, so I don't think it matters that we're not in walking distance to stuff. But it looks really fancy, and they're gonna have a breakfast for it. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's a bed and breakfast. They're gonna have breakfast for us in the mornings and things, and it looks really good. So I'm real excited about that. And then also because, you know, I was trying to be a little fancy for our 3rd year anniversary, I got us reservations for a snazzy steakhouse called Jeff Ruby. It's like a chain thing. There's several of them. There's actually one really close to us in Lexington, but like we're not eating fancy steak on a regular basis. Like this is an anniversary steak. Very different. I really hope it's worth it. Have any of you guys ever been to a Jeff Ruby? Is it like good? I hope so. It better be. For the prices I've seen on the menu, I've really messed up this eyeliner. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, eyeliner's kind of on. Nashville. Like I said, I've never been there before, so if you guys have any suggestions, maybe if you've been there, you live there, you go there often, places to go, things to see, places to eat. I thought about going to this little speakeasy place called the Red Door. Is it cool or is it not? I don't know. Just leave any of your suggestions down below, because like I said, I've never been there before, but I think it seems like a really interesting city. I'm losing my voice. Back in the day, I used to be able to film like 5 videos in a day, and now if I film 1 video, my voice starts going. Alrighty folks, I'm just gonna line my lips and then put some, I guess, this gloss on, because that's all I can really find. I might be lining my lips. Does this not twist? Oh, there it goes. You know, I forgot that I like wrote a little bit of an outline for this video. For like talking points. Probably would have been a bit helpful. I was a little bit rambly, or a little bit rambly if we're being honest. Sorry about that. I really should have used that when I have a lovely headband bump in my hair. The bubble wrap. Okay, nothing special, but here's what things look like kind of close up. Like I said, very much so nothing special. Just my everyday look pretty much. A little bit extra eyeliner though, because I was going for like a little bit more pizzazz with the eyeshadow that I did not have. So the eyeliner, trying to compensate. Alrighty folks, that's all I have for you in this very long, very rambly video. Thank you so very much for just hanging out with me today, chilling out. Oh no, I was gonna chilling out max and relaxing out. Cool. No, redo. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me today and just relaxing, talking, gabbing, doing a little bit of makeup. I'll be back with more videos soon. We have some spooky videos coming up. Well, not very spooky, but like fall Halloween videos coming up. And of course, Advent season is on its way. So lots of stuff to come. Just thank you guys so very much. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you wouldn't mind. It means the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye. The bubble wrap.